Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking for the weekend. I'm sorry I didn't get on yesterday, although I probably shouldn't have to apologise for it. I do feel a little bit like I need to. As I said, life gets in the way, just one of those things. So we'll catch up on everything today. I'll be doing all of the readings I missed. Well, I won't do the What's Cracking bonus read, but I'll do all the star sign readings that I missed yesterday. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Oh wow, somebody's coming in with a brand new start, just not very quickly, that's all. Something's been offered here. Could be a job for many of you, especially with the Knight of Pentacles. This is often a gift of some sort of financial relief here, but the Ace of Wands says to me it's a brand new start. Okay. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And for anybody who's joined me off TikTok, thank you for following me over here. Two things I need to say to you. I have a Facebook Live tomorrow from 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Those readings I do not charge you for those readings. They are free. Unfortunately, not everybody will get read, but I get through as many as I can in the hour. I also am running a tarot class on Zoom on the 17th of April, which will be from 9 to 12 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. And I'm aiming the class mostly at beginners, going into intermediate, depending on everybody's knowledge in the class. I teach everything about the tarot, the colours, the numbers, everything right the way through. So it's quite intense. You'll also get lots of chance to practice, and I will also do readings in that class as well. That is Australian dollars, $80. I have a Facebook Live tomorrow. In order to join the Facebook Live, you have to like my page at the Aussie Goddess on Facebook. If you don't like the page, you won't be able to comment. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to use the Rider-Waite Tarot for this first reading today. And I think I'm ready to go. Oh, I like it. Closing out a cycle. I guess like many people, if you're on the spiritual journey, you would have felt the shifts this week. There was a few big shifts this week. A lot of people experiencing epiphanies. I actually heard a couple of other readers talking about that over the last few days. The shifts in thinking, the realizations, the lucid dreaming's a big one at the moment. So if you've experienced any of those things, you will be feeling quite run down and quite tired by today. And sometimes it's a little bit of a struggle to get going in the mornings. So it's quite interesting. Anyway, we're ready to go. All right, so we have the Six of Swords coming through here. Now that does not surprise me at all with all the shuffling of things this week. This is about moving away from stressful times into much easier times. With the Six of Swords, we've learned a lot from our journey. That means we're taking with us a lot of the lessons we learned and we're taking them into the next phase. So you get the opportunity to go into the next stage of your life with a lot more calmness, acceptance, less anxiety. In the boat, we see two other figures going with this person. They may not necessarily be people, but they may be other things you've learned along the way. So this is all sort of packing up everything and taking with you what you've learned from your journey. All right, so we have the Moon card here, card of Cancer, Pisces. The Moon card is a card that talks about things being hidden, things coming to the surface, emotions being brought up for cleansing, really purging. It can talk about the universe having things up her sleeve, maybe not showing her hand at the moment. But there's some sort of darkness here. Maybe some of you have come through some shadow work here. Maybe this is why you're moving forward. You may have been able to shift something in your shadow element. Maybe you've recognized a way of doing things, especially because the world came out at the beginning, which always talks about closing out some sort of cycle. But there is something going on here. Wow, and rebirth. Wow, okay. So I'm feeling this is really very straight story here. You've obviously gone through something here because the World card flew out. The World card flew out, followed by the Six of Swords and the Moon. So something has shifted. Some big shifts happened here. This is something to do with your emotional state, bringing something to the surface. Something has changed though, because you're getting the Judgment card. So we've gone from the World to the Judgment card in that little bit of space of time. So there's something that's closing out, giving you a chance to rebirth yourself, giving you a chance to start again. But this time around, you're doing it differently because you've got those swords in there. You know what you did wrong this time. You're not going to repeat something here. You're not going to repeat a cycle. This is really good. Now, I was going to say, for anybody who's in a divine union, this is actually really sort of putting whoever this is back in the space that they need to be, because there's a leap of faith coming through here. Yeah, there's the Justice card. Oh, wow. Okay, very, very powerful energy here this morning. For many of you here, I feel that there's been some sort of shift in your solar plexus, which means you've either shifted aside a lot of emotion to start being able to understand your intuition, your inner knowing. This is sort of where the rebirth thing comes in, I think, because I feel like many of you have carried this around with you for a lifetime, maybe more than one lifetime. Something is shifting within you. The universe is helping you here to shift something aside so that you can take some sort of leap of faith here. Now, the leap of faith with the Fool card is always about jumping into the next energy without having fear of what you've left behind, or without having fear of your past. It's like leaving all your fears behind with the Fool. That's why it's the Fool. It's like you're not scared of something anymore. You've cleared away some sort of fear. You've cleared away some energy that has held you back because you've been scared of going any further with it. With the Justice card, Knight of Swords coming through here too. Beautiful energy. Realizing yourself, realizing your truth, being reborn into the person you were meant to be, leaving behind any shadows from your past. Not really leaving them behind. That probably wouldn't be the right expression. Acknowledging perhaps some of your fears, acknowledging some of the things perhaps you haven't taken chances on in the past, because here you're going into the new phase with a completely open mind. I love it. And there's the Tower. How timely. So the Tower talks of things being broken down. It talks about leveling out the playing field, like the Justice card, but in a slightly different way. So the Justice card is the poke you with the stick, and the Tower is throw the stick at you. So perhaps for some of you, this has taken some sort of time here to sort of work through these energies. When the Tower comes through, it's like the universe is saying, okay, now you need to be ready for the next phase. And in order to move you into the next phase, we have to work out how to get you moving forward. And it's usually some sort of event. Now, for some of you, it can be a physical event. It could be something, I know some tarot card readers sort of read this card as quite a substantial change. Sometimes it can be more subtle. Sometimes it can be a realization, some sort of epiphany, something coming out of the blue, someone saying something which shifts your focus. It can be all of those things. But something here is showing you that what you've done in the past, what you've done previously, what you've done before is no longer working for you, and it's no good to you anymore. Say, for example, if it's your fears aren't serving you anymore. So something's changed here. Wow, okay, I know exactly what's changed for you. Wheel of Fortune coming through too. Major Arcanas, look at them. Wow, what an amazing day to do a reading. Hooly dooly, people. Hooly dooly. Should wear my hooly dooly t-shirt. You've been shining light on past heartbreak here. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It can be, things that have happened with family, friends, can be your life in general. Maybe you've sort of gone through some sort of suffering, whether that was in your childhood or in your latter years. And this served you, it protected you, it kept you safe. It kept you safe from harm. and it kept you in a place where you were feeling really comfortable. So you may have been sitting like in a comfort zone, feeling like here you were in the right place, and it felt comfortable to you. When we go into the hermit mode, we're looking at things like that, and we're saying to ourselves, is this pain of the past? This could be, say, victim mentality, it could be lack, it could be hurt from relationships, but something you've been keeping here has been shrouding those parts of you in your shadow that really needed to come to the surface. So you may have been shrouding your intuition here. Maybe that's why the solar plexus is coming up for me here. So the hermit allows us to go inside to shine a light on those parts that we've kept hidden. The thing is, as I always say to you, these parts you've kept hidden cover up some of the good things that are sitting below that. And if it was your intuition, maybe now you're starting to really understand how to read people better, how to see situations differently. But you're moving this energy away. It doesn't serve you anymore. This says to me somehow the universe has intervened because there's some sort of karmic cycle that needs to be fulfilled. So you've been on a learning cycle here. And maybe some of you have learned to release the pain of the past, release past hurts, release past heartbreak. And this is shifting you in that judgment card into the next phase on your journey. Some of you with that tower, it may have come as a little bit of a shock. And I think these cards are the other way around. Again, if you have a look at the energy that comes in when you put this hermit here, this energy here is you allowing yourself to see deeper parts of you that you've hidden. He's shining a light on all of these things here. That's where the moon card comes in, because the moon card's sitting underneath all of this, shifting everything aside. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups coming through, another major arcana with the Strength card and a Victory. Wow. If this is the energies I'm picking up in the universe today, then I absolutely must say to you, you are doing such a job, because we're getting this huge shift. This isn't a shift that you're doing. This is a shift you're doing as part of the collective, which means we're all shifting at the moment. There's a victory and celebration here. There is some sort of energy here in this strength, especially look at the yellow in this when you talk solar plexus. There is this energy that we're all building together here. We're all building for change. And this is incredibly good, because it shows that somehow or another you feel that you've got to some sort of place now where you feel comfortable with who you are. Look at this. Again with the yellow, Nine of Cups coming through. And the Empress. Oh my goodness, people, you are amazing. Look at this. You have shifted into your true form here. You've shifted into the person you were meant to be. And it's funny, I was watching somebody doing the reading the other day, and they were said, I feel like I need to stop the reading there, which I say often, because I think, well, it's just going to raise something else if I pull. Why is this fear that what you've learned so far is still making you either believe that this isn't true because you're still in your head here? So I want to read some more. Okay, so we've got a feeling of moving away from troubled waters into calmer waters. I feel that there are still things hidden, but you're bringing them to the surface. You're starting to understand how to release here. The Judgment card tells me you're going through some sort of rebirth process, which is going to result in a new start. I feel like for many of you, this is letting go of fear. We do have the Justice card here, which says to me something here is shifting as part of what is meant to happen in the universe. We're putting the energies back where they need to be. There is some sort of change coming in. You could have somebody rushing in now. And that's what I said, for those of you who are waiting for union, you could be waiting on a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Whoever this person is, they're coming in with some sort of news, message. But you had to be in the right place. So they felt you shift, and they've shifted too. So the energies now between the two of you are probably very, very well balanced. If you're already in a relationship or already in a situation here, don't think that you can't move through these energies either. This sort of energy will help you to build on your relationship. Yeah, you've got somebody coming in that you haven't spoken to for a while here. Somebody who's been keeping quiet. You've had some sort of silence here. Very twin flame sort of energy coming through. Okay, why is the Eight of Swords here when everything else looks so amazing? All right, so we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, you're anticipating the next stage of the cycle here, the High Priestess. You can feel your intuition now. Okay, now I'm getting that energy. So for many of you, shifting this energy that you've been holding on to, this part of your ego that's kept you safe, and that is what's being shifted here. There's this energy of being fearful about where this is taking you now because you're feeling different. Maybe you're more conscious, more awake. But you're definitely feeling these changes now, and I feel like it's giving you some sort of apprehensive energy. Maybe a little bit anxious about the new energy that you're feeling. Maybe it does feel a little uncomfortable for you at the moment. If you are feeling that, remember how to breathe into your diaphragm and ground yourself. All you've got to do is make sure you're breathing properly and just make sure your feet are fully grounded. Stop for a moment, just a couple of minutes of mindfulness will put you back in that state. Your intuition telling you here something is coming. And the anticipation of that is sort of making you feel, because you're feeling it now. Maybe you weren't feeling things before. Maybe you're starting to feel your feelings after this change. Maybe that's what shifted in you. And I feel like because this energy is now evident, that you may be feeling a little bit unsure of this new energy, how to navigate it. Remember just to live in the moment and let it flow. Just go with the flow. All right, let's read you an oracle card. Oh, and there she is, the Dream Walker. And this is about the dreams, collective good, and illusions. See, there you go. This is about seeing through an illusion. Seeing through an illusion and being able to move forward. You're seeing things for what they truly are once you get rid of all that stuff that sits over the top of them. You're seeing the world as it really is. When the Dream Walker is your ally, dreams really can do come true. Still, there are two kinds, those of the small self and those of the divine. Spirit has a dream for you that is yours alone, and all you need to do is ask and it will unfold like magic. You also play an important and unique part in the divine dreaming of the world. When you ask, is this the dream for me? That serves the greater dream. The most beautiful vision for your life serves the highest good for others too. Just the act of asking will immediately provide the answer. The Dream Walker is beside you to help you move effortlessly through the illusions, observing the truth and celebrating the waking of the dream that results. I love it. Totally and utterly. That is a beautiful card to get right there. Have a wonderful day.